Hello, this is Frank Kutka, the Dakota Corn Man. And if you, like me, like to grow popcorn, then you go out in the fall and you pick ears that are fairly well matured, look nice and clean, free of disease and insects, and you save them and you dry them and you pop the corn through the winter. If you also, like me, save seed, well then the question might arise, should I save all the seed and bulk it from all of these ears, or maybe do some ears pop better than others? This little video is going to be about how I test individual ears for popping ability and then save the best poppers for seed for next year. The way I test ears for popping ability is with a microwave oven. I tried oil popping, which is how I normally pop my own corn, but found that the pans quickly overheated and the oil turned to glue and it was just a mess. So instead, I pop in this experimental microwave oven that I picked up just expressly for this purpose. Because of the size of my microwave oven and the bags I'm using for holding the seed, I can pop seeds from 4 ears at a time. So these are the 4 I'm going to test for you. And I'm going to shell seed off of the tips of each of those, maybe about 1/4 to 1/3 of each ear, into a paper bag numbered 1 through 4 to correspond with these that are arranged 1 through 4 from left to right. To make life easy for myself, I'm going to shell each of those ears into a, in this case, an old yogurt container, one at a time. I'm using a small aluminum popcorn sheller, which saves a lot on the fingers. The process is pretty elementary, but I thought I'd show it to you anyway. I take each ear and the stripper sheller and I get most of that shelled off like so. Maybe clean up a few extra. And about that much corn seems to work pretty well. You have to have a minimum volume in order to actually get the corn to pop in a microwave oven. I found that just using 10 kernels wasn't going to work. So now I use probably the equivalent of 50 to 150 kernels. But I'll do that for each ear right now. Now the corn's been shelled, seed for each of the ears is in the appropriate marked bag, and now we're going to pop it. I have the bags arranged on the carousel inside the microwave now, and I'm going to pop these for about 90 seconds to maybe 2 minutes. Much more than that. And the corn gets pretty hot, and so does the carousel, and in fact the oven, and I have to slow down the rate at which I work through the ears. 90 seconds works pretty well. I can pop maybe 12 to 16 ears before I have to give the oven a few minutes to rest to cool down again. But it works along pretty handily. Simply looking at these ears doesn't really tell us which ones are going to be the best performers. And I'll show you right here. Number 4, not much corn. Number 3, not much. 2, even less. And number 1 is our winner. So I'm going to save the seeds from number 1 for my popcorn population next year. And the other ones, if they'll pop very well at all, I will simply eat or use for bird food. Another trait to consider as you're looking at popping ability is the actual taste of the popcorn. This is something that's been missed in a lot of modern breeding, and it's something you don't need to miss as you're doing your own testing at home. You will get full by the end of the day, but if you taste, 3 or 4 kernels out of each bag, you will find, if you have a population as diverse as this one, an enormous range of flavors from absolutely amazing to really pretty dull. So, give that a try. However, if you're going to really select hard for flavor, you'll want to pick even more ears so that you can double down on the selection pressure and push both popping ability and flavor, and then save your minimum 100 ears so that you maintain genetic diversity in your open pollinated population. But it's a trait worth looking for if you really enjoy eating popcorn and not just popping it. Here are the ears of popcorn that I am saving back for seed. These are all the best poppers. In fact, I especially put those to the side on the right because those were absolutely incredible poppers. All much better than the population as a whole. I started out by harvesting many more ears than I needed from my popcorn patch so that I would have enough that I could reselect later on indoors. So I did pick about 300 or 400 ears, and I'm keeping back about 100 ears that were the best popping. It took me, using the technique I showed, about 2 days worth of time to get through all of this corn, and because I worked rapidly and was pretty committed to getting it done, and I have a very tolerant wife, here are some successful results that will hopefully bring us some better popping, improved popcorn in seasons to come. Best of luck to you in your popcorn adventures.